how's it going everybody? Simple Duck here, and today we're gonna do a quick basic guide on the defensive abilities for the Shadow Priest in PvP. To kind of make it a little bit easier, I'm going to break it up into three parts here, because we basically have three different types of defensive abilities. The first one is our escape abilities. Second one is going to be our heals and our instant heals, to be more precise. And the third is going to be our peels. So I'll go through each section, tell you which abilities fall into those categories, and a little bit about what they do. And let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so the first one that I want to jump into here, which is going to be the smallest group for us as Shadow Priests, is the escape portion. And our first escape ability, which is probably going to be the most obvious to most of you, is Dispersion. If you guys are in a big fight, you're getting focused really hard, assuming that you guys have the 4-piece set bonus that gives you the extra speed while you're dispersed. You pop Dispersion, you take 90% less damage, you move a lot faster, so you can use that in a tight situation to take less damage, and GTFO. The second ability in this category is Fade. Now if you guys spec into Phantasm, then you can use Fade to get yourself out of any kind of snares, roots, anything like that. So make sure that if you are hamstringed by a warrior, you can use Fade to break that and get away. Now that's going to bring us into our second category here, which is going to be your peel. Now you don't want to use something like Fade, which is an escape, without using a peel first. So what I would recommend, especially in the situation that I mentioned earlier with the warrior's hamstring on you, what I would recommend is something like Void Tendril. You can use Void Tendril to root the warrior in place, pop your escape ability, and get away. You can also use Siphene to do the same thing. The second ability under the peels category here is going to be Psychic Horror. So that's going to give you a 10-second disarm and anywhere between 1 to 3 second stun on the target, depending on how many shadow orbs you use. And finally, last up in this category, we're going to have Psychic Scream, which is your basic fear that everybody knows and uses. And obviously that's a great peel if somebody's on you. Pop that, they're going to go running. Now in the last category here, we're going to go over your instant healing abilities. Now basically everything in the level 90 talent area can be used as an instant heal. Whether you've got Cascade, Halo, or Divine Star. My personal choice, Divine Star. It's going to do the best healing on you over time especially. But the heals can hit for pretty big numbers, and you can use it pretty constantly. So my choice, Divine Star, is the first instant heal to use. Next up is going to be Renew. Make sure you've got Renew up there and keep it running as often as you can. It's got a pretty long timer, so you don't have to worry about it too much, but every once in a while just keep an eye on it and throw it up when you need it. To go along with the Renew, you're going to want Prayer of Mending. Now this is a big one, especially if you're in a group of 2 people and you're both getting hit. A Prayer of Mending is going to bounce between you guys, and that is a ton of healing. So make sure you're using Prayer of Mending whenever possible. Now if you're solo, make sure you use Prayer of Mending anyway, because it can be a pretty big heal. It'll hit you for, I don't know, I've seen it do 60 to 70,000 in one hit. And if you glyph it, it's going to do even more. So make sure you're Prayer Mending up anytime that it's on cooldown. Now the last thing that I want to go over here is not really so much an instant heal as a protection, which is your bubble, Power Word Shield. It doesn't necessarily give you health, but it does protect your health. So in a sense, it is healing you. Now you don't actually get an increase on your health bar, but it does, like I said, it does protect it. So there you go. It in a way it does increase your health, so make sure you're using that all the time. There's nothing more frustrating for other classes than hitting a priest and seeing the word absorb pop up. So do what you can to frustrate the other classes. Okay, so that was just a quick look into the defensive abilities that the Shadow Priest has for PvP. So hopefully that'll help you guys out. Feel free to ask any questions you guys have in the comments. Leave any tips that you might have down below that I didn't touch on. Again, this is just a basic guide to help out the new players and maybe even give you guys something to think about that you haven't thought about before, or bring something to mind. So comment down below, thumbs up if you guys enjoy this, and subscribe for more. Till next time, guys, take it easy.